While historical epics are almost as old as film itself, big-budget spectacles enjoyed a new lease on life when CinemaScope and other widescreen processes encouraged producers to flaunt lavish expenditure. Producer Samuel Bronston's El Cid is a good example from that period of Baroque embellishment. Nominally about the struggles of Rodrigo Diaz de Vivar, Charlton Heston, to unite Spain against invasion, the film focuses less on historical examination than on using the material as an excuse for elaborate display. No matter how dramatically heavy or historically significant the material may get, its primary purpose seems to be to punctuate the action with a rhythm of spectacle. Hundreds of extras, cavernous sets, and extravagant costumes repeatedly appear, like production numbers in a musical. Which is not to say that there is no drama. In fact, there is too much of it. For example, the relationship between Rodrigo and his lover Jimena, Sophia Loren, is unusually set up as a problem to be overcome, not as a romance to be enjoyed. Their married bliss is impeded by Rodrigo's good intentions. Befriending a group of Moorish princes, he is charged with treason. In defending his name and family honor, Rodrigo kills Jimena's father. Thus, through the first half of the film, Jimena fights her feelings in order to exact vengeance for her father. The couple's eventual reconciliation works like a synecdoche to demonstrate Spain can prosper only if people overcome deeply rooted animosities to fight against the villain, Ben Yusuf, Herbert Lom. There are so many intrigues and counter-intrigues on the road to unified resistance, however, that it is difficult to keep track of what is going on. Buried under period costuming and makeup, the complex motivations of secondary characters are almost impenetrable. Who is a good guy? Who is a traitor? Why should we care who becomes king? All pressing questions, and yet, aside from the ongoing tension between Rodrigo and Jimena, the maneuvering provides little more than an excuse for ever more epic excess. The director of El Cid, Anthony Mann, is best known for his westerns and films noir, as well as directing Spartacus before Stanley Kubrick took over. With a knack for visual flourish, Mann and his technicians assure that the film is never boring, despite the underdeveloped historical conflict. In fact, for all the heavy breathing about his threat, Yusuf barely functions in the story. He is described as a fiend, but we see little to confirm his demonic reputation. Until the concluding sequence, his advance does not even figure much in the dialogue, much less the action. So, while a lot happens in El Cid, it seems more like a game of count the extras than an attempt at serious drama. There's plenty to impress, but aside from the dead body of Rodrigo propped up on a horse charging through Yusuf's lines, the extravagant imagery is more ostentatious than affecting.